Kurabudonk, 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 kurabudonk. Yeah, like it's unbearable.
Yeah, I guess most people just blast the aircon, but we don't because that seems stupid.
Yeah,
And like, I don't know, I'm kind of into like being natural and adapting to things and shit.
okay.
Like
Sweating it
One
out.
Punch Man. Yeah.
Cool. So building, is it like personal, your house?
Yeah, well, I've got like bits of work on this other job as well, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like, but usually 2 days a week. Like this week it was only one day, and next week it's only, oh, it's not none.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to do some really big stuff
Cool.
on our house, which is sick because it
Yeah.
makes me feel like a real builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. What have you been up to?
Um, we just celebrated my mum's 70th.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So had like a family sleepover Marai style
What? Cool.
with all my nibblings.
Is
And
is she Maori?
no, my sister-in-law is half Māori, maybe
Oh yeah,
a quarter. Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
So we do some things in that sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Into it.
Yeah.
And
So
what have you
yeah,
been watching?
I'm just like in a food coma right now.
I actually hate that
Yeah. Yeah.
because I don't have much structure at the moment. It's easy to like get into like, oh, like out of pattern, you know?
Mm.
So like eating at weird times and shit, and like kind of weird energy waves and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Not
sure.
onto it.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what have you been watching? But I know it's Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real good.
Yeah, cool. I'm like kind of, I might give it a go, another go, like after I watch another couple of things. There's this
Yeah.
girl who works at the place where I've got a little bit of work,
Yeah.
and like we happen to start talking about anime.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's into all heaps of the same stuff as me,
Oh,
and
cool.
like yeah, and then she knows a couple that I haven't seen, and then like I knew a couple that she hadn't seen, so it's like
Mm.
really good. So I might have a couple of things that I'm actually into to watch and shit.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah, but I'm still watching Cowboy Bebop,
Nice.
and like, oh yeah, I guess it's a bit slow in the middle maybe, but
Yeah.
it's cool just because it's like real anime.
Mm.
Like everything is constructed, you know? Like
Yeah.
every frame and every object is like put together.
Okay.
And like I feel like a lot of new anime and like low budget anime is like not quite like that.
Do you mean like in terms of every element, like story, budget?
Well, the story like often comes from a manga, right? So like
Yeah, true, true.
the story is often really good, but even like new One Piece and shit, you know, they like switched to doing it digitally, and like it was okay for a while,
Mm.
but like the really new stuff, I'm not really watching it, but I like catch it
Yeah.
on TV sometimes, and
Okay.
like there's just bits that just don't move like for like minutes, you know,
Oh,
and
really?
it's like I kind of trust that um Oda Eiichiro, the artist, like is
Mm.
still doing cool shit. I think it's
Yeah.
getting crazier and crazier though.
Okay.
But like
I would love
companies.
I would love to be like where you're up to in One Piece.
Oh yeah, like
Just
where even
because
is that?
I couldn't do it. It was just so much of like the same thing. I could tell it was slowly getting somewhere, but it seems like a very slow burn.
Yeah, I think when I watched it, I really needed it. I really needed like
Yeah.
the crutch. It was kind of like almost like self-medication or something.
Mm,
But I had breaks from it as well, and like went back to it and shit. But where did you
yeah.
get up to?
They left the sky realm.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
the peak.
Okay.
But the bit after that is really good. And then it
Yeah.
starts to get really serious and political, and that stuff's all like quite good and interesting.
Yeah.
And I think after that, it's better to switch to the manga.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Because like the episodes just get really short and like not much happens.
Mm.
And there's like, there's like that whole story at the beginning every time about like Goldie Roger like left his fucking treasure and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the song and then the recap from the last episode. And there's like 10 or 15 minutes if you're lucky
Yeah.
of story where like not much happens because it's like skipping between all the battles and shit.
Yeah.
So the story's still good, but it's like the process of the actual anime production is like letting it down, I think.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, because it is like a pretty epic like undertaking. It's like outlasting all the other anime and shit, or
That's
other
true.
manga.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been going the longest probably.
Do you know that Oda Sensei is from the area where I live?
No. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So there's like heaps of One Piece stuff here.
So he's the mangaka.
Yeah. There's like gold statues of the main characters like in different parts of the prefecture.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so what did you have in mind for like our arc?
I was thinking we could make a list now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just grab my book because I like started
Wait.
making a couple notes.
Oh, cool. Because yeah, I was thinking I would watch sorry, my brain's not working. Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I can't hear you. Shit.
I've got this button on the thing and it's like exactly where I cross my arms.
All right.
So I always push it by accident.
Mm.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I would watch Cowboy Bebop and then like definitely Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense if we start with really classic ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I don't know, for me, like Cowboy Bebop's not my favorite, but like it's kind of like there's like a few like real classics, right? And I feel like they're like Evangelion. Cowboy Bebop, probably Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like before the real big wave of anime like Naruto and stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably more, like Sailor Moon and that kind of stuff. That's just like it's like embedded in your unconscious because like it's just always been there. Like I didn't actually watch Evangelion until I was like in my 20s.
Yeah, same.
But like it was just around, like I saw it at the video store heaps and shit. But then there's like Gundam and shit. As well.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's definitely a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Like I just haven't. I reckon once I get past the first series, which looks, I don't like the style, it's like too old.
Yeah, I get that.
But like I feel like maybe it would get me somewhere if I got through that and then go on to all the offshoots.
Yeah, well, there's like one series that's recommended to like get into it properly
Oh,
that I
is it
have.
Seed?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, because I need the mythology. Like I need to like be interested in the mythology, and then I can watch any level of trash if it's like
Yeah,
interconnected.
totally.
Because like there's like actually quite a few mecha anime that I've been into. You know, like obviously Evangelion's like a pillar, but like minor ones and shit too, like
Yeah.
Full Metal Panic. Have you seen that?
No, I know the name.
And
Or
like
like Bubblegum
Eureka
Crisis.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna watch Bubblegum Crisis because I've seen like maybe like a quarter of it or something.
Mm.
And like I really like that real classic like city, like Tokyo style.
Yes. Yeah. That is mecha, right?
It's something I think, yeah, I think it's like, well, I haven't gone that far into it, but I'm pretty sure at the beginning they have like suits that like enhance their strength or some shit.
Mm.
But I may have made that up. I can't remember.
Mm.
Have you seen Eureka 7?
No.
That's pretty cool actually, in like a not cool way. Like
Okay.
as in I really enjoyed it, but it's like a little bit like poppy looking.
Right. In what way?
Like just the style, like the design and stuff. Like even like
What? Yeah.
even like getting a little bit towards like the Kaiba bubbly kind of style, but not quite.
Mm. Okay. Like in a bad way.
Nah, it's cool, but it's
Oh, yeah.
just like a bit like, yeah, actually, I don't know. I really liked it.
Okay.
And like I flash back to it a lot, and like I liked the music and stuff. Like sometimes I listen to the music from it and stuff.
Cool.
It's got like a really good like loneliness that's not as intense as like the Shinji situation,
Okay.
which is cool.
So the series I have is Mobile Suit Gundam 0079.
Oh, cool. I don't even know that one. Is it an
Yeah.
early one? Is that the first one?
It's from 79-80.
Maybe that's the first one.
Maybe.
Or like second one or something. What I really remember was Gundam Wing being out when I was like young.
Yeah.
But apparently Gundam Seed is good too, which is maybe after Wing.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely had like Gundam robots that I built without having like ever seen that kind of anime before.
Cool.
Yeah, actually, holy shit, I'm scrolling through it and like one of the robots is one I had. This doesn't look too old.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah. Can I share it? I don't know. Yeah, 0079.
Oh yeah, maybe it's the first one.
Yeah. It's like a place to start, I guess.
It says just gotta get through it, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like study for
Yeah.
yeah, well, cool.
Mm.
That's cool. I reckon that can go on there.
Yep.
I also thought today we could do a bit of like kind of intro stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like each talk about like why we wanna, or why we're into anime and what we like, and like why we want to be such nerds about it and do a podcast.
All right. Yeah,
no
this
rush
was
on that. We can do that like after we keep talking about the anime stuff.
Yeah. This is recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What should we call it?
I don't know. I kind of started thinking about it, but nothing's really like sprung up yet. But maybe we're not in a rush for that because like I kind of thought we could like record a series and then release it
Yeah.
all at once, or like release it every week after we've recorded everything.
Yeah, nice.
Because like when I've done stuff like I did like a bit of a podcasty kind of thing with Orion that's on the Damp Ocean YouTube.
Okay.
And like we kind of like released it as we went, and I've done that with some of the Qigong stuff too, and like I start to feel like under pressure to do the next one, like I have to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like without that pressure you actually work faster, or like produce more quickly, because like you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, it's more of just like a fun thing.
Totally. And like, yeah, we don't want it to be like work, you know?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it would be cool if it was in some capacity.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, if it started to be something like that, then it would be worth it to like put effort into it, you know? Because like it could be really cool to, you know, it's like the first bunch of them really just need to like cover the foundation of like the way we enjoy and think about anime and stories and that kind of like visual narrative communication or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Which like, I don't know, I've kind of been building up like ideas about anime, even like in a conceptual way.
Oh yeah.
For a long time, because especially when I was really getting into it, I felt like I had to like justify it to myself, like why I was watching it, as if like enjoying it was not enough.
Yeah.
And I was like writing a lot at the time and like doing a lot of ideas-y stuff. So it was like, if I can use it for stimulation for ideas, you know, for example, like metaphysical ideas and shit, then like it's good or whatever. And then it was like, I'm using it to learn Japanese, so it's good and blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just like, I like it.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
But now I've got like nothing left to watch. So like maybe it makes sense to go back and watch things just to enjoy them.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've always liked it. It's just like dessert in a way, you know, I don't know. I've like for so many years kind of put off like enjoying it for some reason. Like it's always been this really cool thing that I've like saved till later to like savor or something. But now
like
I'm
later... Oh, you go.
Now I'm in a zone where it's like, why have I been doing that? Like, just consume it all. But yeah, I guess like, that like describes why I like it, like what it feels like.
I know what you mean. It's like too good to be true.
Yeah, like
reality.
It just appeals to all my senses.
Yeah. And like I don't know, the way it's made to be like real enough to like turn on that part of your mind, but completely fantastical at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, and like serious and comical, you know, and like the balance of those kinds of things is like so much more refined than like, I don't know, like American comics and American cartoons and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It's like heightened entertainment.
Yeah, and it's this thing, like I've got this friend in Auckland who is a photographer, but he's like really into movies, and we're like talking about making a movie, kind of like an experimental one.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to him that like I can't really watch live action stuff because I know it's fake. You know, like because I've got like a strong imagination, you know.
Yeah.
And like if I'm watching something, I've got enough space in my mind to follow the story and the characters and be like, yeah, but they're actors and there's a whole set behind them and shit, you know?
Okay.
But with anime, it's like it's already fake and it's going through fake to then represent ideas that you can like interpret or apply to reality or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like that whole like um line of thought about fidelity or like truth is already out the window. And it's kind of
Mhm.
like if you can use imagery to stimulate the mind or whatever, the sense of reality, then that's like all you need. You don't need it to look exactly like people or be like acted by real people and shit.
Yeah. I think also just animation in general, like it can do anything. It's
Oh
not like
yeah.
limited by actors and CGI. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way about CGI. It's like now that it's gotten good enough to actually look realistic, it
Yeah.
kind of sucks because
Yeah.
there's no magic or
Yeah.
something.
There's no low fidelity to it.
Yeah, well, like I'm like
Yeah.
way more like stimulated by old prosthetics and shit,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
old body horror and it feels more real to me, I guess, because there's probably some part of your brain that is registering the bits of it that are not convincing, even though visually it's
Mm,
100% the same. But it's like
mm.
there's some other element there that communicates the reality of it. And so even if it's like a badly made prosthetic,
Yeah.
it's got the reality of being a physical thing or something.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe I feel the same about hand drawn anime and like digital
Ah,
anime.
digital. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because like the old Berserk,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
like heaps of it doesn't move and it's actually pretty badly painted in like some bits,
Yeah.
but it's got real flavor and like it
Mm,
uses that stillness to like suggest movement in a way that like digital movement can't really achieve. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. And also it's from what, like the early 90s?
I think so.
Yeah, just that like general dated quality is yeah, it's magic.
How do you feel about nostalgia? Because like I've been having a lot of it recently, but like I kind of feel like it's like passe or something.
It depends what it is, I guess. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I'm like just fucking let's move on. I reckon it's because like when the recession happened,
Which one?
well, I don't know, like the 2008 one.
Oh, kind of.
I don't know. I feel like media didn't progress. Like there wasn't enough money around to invest in new ideas. So it just
Oh,
became this thing of like, well, let's go with what's safe. And that's just
oh.
been the format for what, like 10 years now?
Yeah, well, I even feel, oh, yeah, that you might be onto something there.
Yeah.
Because like I really feel like the 90s was really good for media and the early
Mm,
2000s was still pretty good. There was all that
mm,
weird like half CGI shit and like
yeah.
I don't know, people actually really trying to do something creative.
Mm,
But yeah, the last while, maybe 15 years even, has like been pretty dead. I can't even really
yeah.
think of a new anime that I thought was good. There was Devilman was good.
By Masaki Yuasa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, remake.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even like pop culture, mainstream movies,
Yeah,
there aren't a lot of original ideas.
yeah. I saw a meme that was like, "Can anyone think of a movie that's not in the Marvel universe?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I have like
Um,
completely lost track of that shit. Like for a while, there was like, there was like Batman and Spider-Man, and now there's just like
yeah.
fucking everything.
I'm like well deep in it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm like following every little thing that comes out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I saw Shang-Chi on Friday.
What's
It's just like the latest Marvel movie.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be about a like Mortal Kombat like martial arts tournament on Earth,
Oh,
and was
is it not?
like, well, it was like, cool, that's a really cool concept. Because usually Marvel movies are just like an origin story or like an event movie where it's
Yeah.
like tacked onto something else. But it wasn't that at all. It was just like, I think what happened is maybe a few months ago, I watched the Mortal Kombat trailer and like wires got crossed. Yeah,
Oh,
it was just like a typical origin story of a Marvel character. But like, I guess the highlight of it was the CGI. Like they go into this like ancient Chinese fantasy world, and it's like, yeah, it's like Avatar meets ancient Chinese culture, I guess. And that there are all
cool.
these like very hyper realistic creatures running around.
What? Like
Yeah.
what kind? Like mythical creatures?
Um, it seems like they'd made them up for the movie.
Oh,
Like you can't really place it. It's not really Chinese. It's not really anything. But yeah, like meaty furballs with angel wings, with like no face, and like dragon looking horses.
oh, they might be Chinese.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, that aspect of it was cool, but yeah, it was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't see the appeal in that Marvel superhero kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, yeah, actually, I don't know why. It just seems like made up.
How do you mean?
I don't know. It's like Superman's got superpowers just cause, you know? Like the maybe the mythology is like
Oh,
a bit lacking or something.
that's why I like the Marvel stuff is, you know, there's like different reasons people have powers, and there are all these sort of communities behind specific powers, like there's magic and technology, and you know, some magic is like just different interpretations of the same thing, so there's like two different communities wielding it, etc.
Within the
or like
story.
yeah, within the universe, or like technology is so advanced to someone that it is magic. So it's,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know, it's cool. It's like
Yeah,
an
that
actual
sounds cool.
universe. Yeah, like it is a literal universe with like so
Hmm.
many different aspects going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is cool. Man, it'd be cool if there was like a, you know how there's Disneyland?
Yep.
I wish there were like more lands, you know, like
Yeah. Yeah, what the
like
fuck, eh?
like Jump Land or something.
Jumpland.
Yeah, or like, you know, Marvel Land or
Oh, yeah. Do you mean like
like
Shonen Jump?
yeah, Shonen Jump.
Oh yeah. Yep. There are Naruto theme parks though, surely.
Nah, not really. Sometimes there's like anime themed events and stuff at USJ, Universal Studios.
Okay.
But and there's like a Ghibli land coming up,
There's also a
apparently.
Mario Land.
Is that real?
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, like what if there was like a Spyro land or like a Crash Bandicoot land or something?
Mm.
Or even like a PlayStation land.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah. It's hard, eh? Disney's like Disney just owns everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they own Marvel now anyway.
Yeah.
And Star Wars.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I'd go to a Star Wars land.
I would go to a Star Wars land. I'm not
Mhm.
like a huge fan, but I was in the
Mhm.
same way that I've been having this kind of like nostalgia about mostly the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, yeah, it'd be cool to watch. I quite like franchises actually, like in a way.
Yeah.
So it could be cool to watch like all the Star Wars,
Mm.
I guess that's why I like series more than movies too, actually, because it's like it really builds up to kind of like sense of the world and the mythology and shit. Because like it's about meaning, right? Ultimately, like all media is about meaning.
Yeah.
Well,
Meaning.
like it's like meaning, like gaining. I don't know, like you watch whatever you watch, it's like to like gain a sense of meaning for
Sure.
something, whatever that is. Like,
Yeah.
and so, some people hate long series because like
Mhm.
they're like overwhelming or something. But like I really
Yeah.
like that you build up like your relationship with the characters or something, and like the
Mm.
repetition becomes this like familiarity kind of thing. It's like, oh, they're doing that
Oh
again
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I kind of like I was trying to find more long series like Naruto, One Piece,
Mm.
like Bleach, that kind of shit. But there just
Yeah.
like aren't any, or I've
Oh
seen
really?
them all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there
Interesting.
are like there's some that I'm just not that interested in, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Hitman Reborn and shit, I'm kind of not that
Yeah.
interested in.
Haven't heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boruto.
well, who knows? I might get there eventually, but it feels a bit like it's like jump the shark.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think I
And like,
watched maybe one episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've flicked through bits of the manga and stuff, but like
Yeah.
I'm just not really interested. Like the whole it's just a different story really. Because like the whole thing with Naruto is that he's like the village outcast and he has to
Mm.
work so hard to be accepted. Like he has to like push himself harder than anyone else just to be accepted, not even to be like at a good level or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that actually everyone feels like that, and like they're all feeling like they have to push themselves to
Yeah.
be, or to be who they want to be or feel like they should be or whatever.
Yeah.
Just fucking gets me. Like so emotionally charged, especially that.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually the manga too. I've read like little bits of it, and it's like I don't know. It's just got like a really good tension for that,
Mm.
and it builds up, and then there's like a fight or like a moment or something that's like
Yeah.
heartstrings.
Yeah. I like love Naruto so much.
It
So
could
good.
be, it could be like it's definitely right up near
I've
the top.
I've always called it the Harry Potter of anime.
Oh, because it's like a
Or,
bit
or like
odd.
that the Harry Potter of the East of the East.
Oh yeah,
There's so many comparisons, like, Orphan has a mark on his face, is like part of something secret, goes to a school, has two friends, like a boy and a girl, has a sensei, like master, like the principal's the same, the vice principal's the same. It's like there's a snake person,
oh yeah.
villain. But then Naruto goes like 10 steps further and expands on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been thinking a lot about like stories and shit recently, and I was thinking about Harry Potter, but it's like cool. But the thing
Mm.
that sucks about it is that it's like the magic is just like a gimmick. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
refer to anything. It's not like
Mhm.
it's not like giving you more meaning. It's just like cool. there's no like mythology behind it. But like in Naruto, like there's kind of like a whole, I don't know, like the ninja techniques like underpin all this shit, and like the different people's techniques represent their personality or like their disposition, their like relationship with the world and shit. It like really like reinforces the reality.
Yeah.
But Harry Potter is kind of just a story about like a, I don't know, like a lonely kid trying to understand the world or some shit, you know?
Yeah, it's very surface level, eh?
And yeah, like what, I have no idea how the magic works in Harry
No,
Potter. You
neither.
know, there's some things that you can and can't do, but I don't know why. There's no real like logic.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I've tried to point this out to a Harry Potter fan, they get really defensive. Because to them, that's like, you know, that's the epitome of like a really epic fantasy story.
Man, they should read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's like got all the mythology and none of the narrative.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still getting through it.
That's cool. Like I respect that people want to like fan out over Harry Potter. I just want to know what the crux of that is for them, you know, like what they think is so important about it.
Yeah.
Because I like it too, and I would even like, I was kind of considering watching it again, even if just for like the kind of like ye oldie kind of medieval imagery and like the old stuff, like the old books and like the old castle and like.
I watched through them recently, and like I'd say the first one is really good visually. Like it was made long enough ago that it looks like nostalgic or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that, just like the visuals. But then once the second one came out, it seemed like they upped all the CGI and shit. Where it was no longer like I enjoy watching this. It's like kind of just about the story now.
Yeah. I tried to watch The Hobbit recently because I haven't actually seen it. And like I did get through the first one, but I was kind of like, why am I doing this? It didn't really grab me, you know.
No.
But Lord of the Rings is like really good for a movie from a book, which are usually shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like as a rule, I think movies should not be made from books. I think they should be made from ideas.
Yeah. In saying that, I'm looking forward to Dune.
Have you read Dune?
No. Nah.
Fuck, it's so good. Like it's so rich. But who knows? Like the movie does look quite good.
Yeah. That director's really good.
There's something about like the like subtlety that you can communicate with words that doesn't translate into images, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And like Frank Herbert's actually really deep, you know? He was like a Buddhist and shit.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was like got into Zen in the kind of like 70s American Zen kind of wave or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And like he was like super interested in like human potential, and that's what Dune's about. Like it's set so far in the future so that he can like explore the possibilities that actual human bodies could achieve with that much time, you know, in civilization. And it's like spread out across the galaxy and shit, but like there's like all these different groups or sects, you know, that like have developed their like abilities so far because it's been like tens of thousands of years or whatever. But they're all really different because they've all moved in different directions, but they're all essentially humans.
Okay.
It's fucking so dank, but it's like you can't like, you'd have to be Frank Herbert to be able to communicate that.
Yeah.
Like some kind of dickhead script writer and director are not gonna like be on the level enough to actually translate it, you know.
Interesting.
I think Alejandro Jodorowsky probably could have done something really amazing, but he kind of like I didn't actually finish that documentary, but
all right,
I feel like it would have been really dank.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like would have been the biggest thing ever.
It might have actually changed the world, eh? It's like the world wasn't ready for it, and it got like
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
universe like shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah, nostalgia's interesting. It was like interesting. Like my ex-girlfriend was 10 years younger. And so like seeing her like what she considers nostalgia was really interesting.
What is that?
Like shit like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That was the shit that I was too old for, and it was lame.
yeah. But watching it's like this is pretty good. Yeah.
I
Some
mean, I could enjoy
great
watching it
visuals.
now, probably. I
Yeah.
think I even saw some of it by chance, maybe on TV when I was in Wellington, like when I was at my mum's house or something.
Oh really? Yep.
And I was like, the bad CGI really does it for me. Like
Mm.
CGI landscapes
Mm-hmm.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like people really trying to make it look good or make it look like something like
Yeah.
is really good for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once you've achieved that, it's like, oh, what? It just looks like a tree. It's got no tension.
Mm.
Yeah, I met this girl in Tokyo who had been on an exchange to New Zealand
Mm.
and like for school. But then it turned out she was like 20 or 18, like really young, and it turned out it was like a high school exchange.
Oh,
But we
okay.
were like hanging out because it was like this New Zealand thing and she spoke English and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was talking about Lord of the Rings because we were like talking about New Zealand.
Yeah.
And like she was like, oh yeah, I don't really know much about that. And I was like, oh, but you know, like it's like classic and it's like New Zealand and shit. And then I was like, well, I guess it came out in like in like 1999, or was it 2001 or something?
Yeah.
And she wasn't even born.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell? There's adults now who were not even born like when I was starting to nerd out about shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like people who say they were too young for Pokemon.
That's weird because there's
They were
still
babies.
Pokemon now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like my nieces are into Pokemon.
Oh, interesting. Like the
I don't
latest
think.
gen.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I don't know how they consume media. I think they like have a lot of different ways to plug in. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I played the latest Pokemon Shield game.
What is it
What?
like? What format is it?
On Switch.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just finished it so quickly.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it was just like, oh, is that it? And also like nothing had really changed. The Pokemon weren't interesting looking at all. The like legendary ones were kind of cool, but yeah, it's just like
Jump the
yeah,
Shark?
disappointment. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We should do an episode about Jump the Shark.
Yeah. Yes.
I can write it down.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, like the original Pokemon games, like they're so fucking basic, but I would even play them again, I reckon. And
Yeah.
they're hard, right? Like they're quite hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you have to train your Pokemon if you want to beat the gym leader and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it would be as hard playing the originals, or do we now know to just like buy a bunch of heal potions?
Oh, what is that? What you would do now?
Yeah, maybe that's why I beat it so quickly. But it's like, yeah, you can use your money to, buy
Yeah, I
things.
definitely never used the money unless I
Yeah.
really needed like something.
Yep. Yeah. I just I bought a Switch yesterday.
Does the Switch plug into your phone?
No.
Okay, I made that up. Nothing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy Warioware, which looks cool. And No More Heroes 3, which you should Google. I found out about it because this like Japanese artist I follow on Instagram had some characters in it in like a mini game.
Cool.
And then yeah, the actual game looks amazing. It's like a bunch of different, it's like
No
I
More
guess
Heroes.
No More Heroes 3, yeah. Yeah, I guess just like a collaboration of a bunch of different artists who have like designed these characters that you fight.
Oh, whoa, Buzzy.
Yeah.
It looks like a Scanner Darkly.
Oh, true. Motohiro Hayakawa.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that?
But no.
person? Yeah.
I don't really follow artists actually.
Oh, really?
Nah, I'm not really into art.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
kind of...
the main reason I use Twitter.
Oh really?
Yeah, totally.
But you're kind of making visual shit.
Yeah.
I've kind of gone down this like conceptual, post-conceptual, hyper-functional, basic, almost primitive craft route.
Right. Can you?
You know, like, I mean, there's some potters and like builders and
Oh,
furniture makers that I follow and shit, but
yeah.
maybe I would get more out of social media if I did more of that actually.
Oh, yeah. So I don't get it. What is the like strain you follow apart from the potters?
Oh, like I follow, I mean, like, yeah, not art.
Not art. Just
Some people who do
yeah.
joinery and stuff
Yeah.
just to get ideas for like how to do joins or what people are doing and shit.
Yeah. Okay. But your social media is just social media. Apart from
Mostly,
that. Okay.
mostly, yeah.
Huh.
Well, I put my stuff on there too, and I kind of want people to buy it and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just like, I guess I'm kind of like anti-media, you know?
Yeah.
Bit of like
Your stuff, like your clothing, or
yeah, my attitude.
yeah.
You know, like I kind of like I'm so frustrated that we like rely on media,
Yeah.
especially recently with like all the like kind of propaganda and shit. You know, like everyone like I don't know, there's like this real like sweet point where everyone's so plugged into media that they kind of like immediately react to whatever's on media, kind of like with the corona stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah, you can easily tap out of it though.
Yes, but people don't, like most people
Yeah.
don't, or maybe most people don't even know that that's a thing, you know, like it's like
Right.
like media is like really part of the wallpaper, you know,
Yes.
or like the landscape that people live in is so mediated.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm really intentional with most of my media. I mean, I do spend time like scrolling Instagram and just like burning brain cells, but you know, I'm not like, we don't have a TV. Like we find the thing to watch and watch that.
Yeah.
And like just like ads just really grind me. I'm like, if something is advertised to me, I'm like, note to self to not buy that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I guess there's people who are like, oh, I want that, you know?
Yeah. They enjoy ads. Or I don't know, have never thought about it. Just like I'm not bothered.
There was this woman who I was teaching English like a while while ago, and like we were having this kind of exact conversation, and like she was like, "What? No, I buy most of my stuff because it's advertised to me."
Right.
Like I buy stuff off Instagram all the time. I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
Wow. I've been doing that, but I feel like it's a good, like I'm thinking about it. I'm
Yeah,
being
well, it's
conscious.
I think it's getting more accurate for me at
Yeah.
least. Like
Yeah.
they show me shit and I'm like, oh, I could almost want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like I'm like, should I buy that? And then I still haven't bought anything, like not
Yeah.
one thing. I tried to buy something the other day, but it didn't ship to Japan.
All right.
But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I think for Instagram, there's like
Yeah.
a lot of like small sellers who do use the advertising, and that's actually kind of cool. But like YouTube ads just makes me sick. Like just the most vapid bullshit, like insurance and like
Mm.
I don't know, like makeup and like retail or real estate agents and shit. I'm just like,
Yeah.
drive me to terrorism.
You can get an ad blocker though.
For YouTube?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'm
just
gonna
called
find
ad
that.
blocker.
I've got like AdBlock Pro or some shit,
Ah.
but it
Should
doesn't
block.
block YouTube.
Ah. It should block
I
everything.
I kind of thought YouTube's too smart for stuff like that.
No.
Okay.
I've had an ad blocker for YouTube for like 5 years.
Fuck. Yeah, I used to.
Yeah.
Like the one I
Right.
had used to block it.
Ah. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a computery kind of a guy anymore.
Yeah. Fair enough. So our list.
Yep.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yep.
And Jump the Shark. Excellent.
Yep. Are we gonna like watch the entire series of Gundam?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Like, how do we time it out? If
Maybe we should do like a mecha episode and we should watch Gundam for like research for it, but also talk about a bunch of mecha stuff.
yeah. Okay. Yep.
Like make it a bit like um multifaceted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, we could just make like a big list now and
Mm.
they might evolve or something.
Yeah,
We
totally.
might start off talking about one thing and then develop into like a more broad thing or something.
Yeah.
What about CGI? I could do one talking about like CGI, you know, where they use like both like Ghost in the Shell and have you seen Appleseed?
No.
There's like one of the Appleseed series is like 3D but anime style.
Okay.
You
I
know,
know what
like
you
they
mean,
look
yeah.
like anime characters, but they're a bit like bubbly and shit. It's pretty
Like
cool.
2.5D.
Yeah, like it is
Yeah.
3D, but it's not realistic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
And like, oh, like Future Diary. Have you seen that?
No.
Mirai Nikki.
No.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's kind of like a different genre, but it's like one of those ones where like there's a group of people who don't know each other who all get some kind of like thing and then they have to battle it out. You know, there's like a
Okay.
few like that.
Oh yeah, cool.
But this one is like everyone has, and they all have flip phones. And like, so everyone's got like a diary, like on most of them, I think, are on their phone. It's like they're all chosen by God, basically, because they're people who
Yeah.
have a diary on their phone of some sort. And then they start getting posts from the future,
Okay.
like diary entries of themselves, their diary, but from the future. And
Yeah.
then they have to like use that to basically take out all the other people, and whoever wins becomes God.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds buzzy.
but it's cool. Like there's like the main guy is just his diary, like what he does every day. But then there's this girl who's kind of like stalking him, and her diary is all about him. So like when they're when they're like working together, she like gets messages about what's going to happen to him in the future, so then they could like use that to strategize and shit.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
I feel like that kind of thing as a genre in itself, like there's Death Note and
Yeah.
the one where that the guy gets like a weird parasite.
Code Geass.
Huh?
Code Geass.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah, do you know what I
The
mean?
Parasite
Where it's
one.
like it's almost like a thriller, like
Yeah, strategy kind of.
strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of, but like trying to out anticipate the opponent and shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you watch all of Death Note?
No, nah, it turns to shit.
Yeah, I kind of didn't get into it. I only watched like a few episodes.
Right. That definitely jumps the shark. It's real weird. It's
Oh.
like the main villain dies, and then there's a new series where the villain's younger brother comes in. And
What?
it's just like, why?
Why?
Just end this now.
Well, why
Yeah.
not have a new villain that's a new villain, not some weird proxy villain?
Yeah, totally.
Oh wait. Oh, villain. Like the main character.
No,
Or the guy
I
who's
mean,
trying
I
to
guess
catch him.
I guess he's the antagonist, right? But the guy who's trying to catch him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of started watching that, and but I was watching Code Geass at the same time, and they were like quite
Right.
similar. But Code
Okay.
Geass has more like fantasy, I guess.
Oh yeah. I
Well,
feel
sci-fi, but
like maybe I've seen that.
there's a few series as well.
Right.
It's pretty cool, actually. Some of it.
Sweet.
We could do a strategy kind of one, that kind of genre.
Yeah. Yep. What about Cyberpunk?
What even is I don't know if I've seen many cyberpunk ones, but yes.
Yeah, I guess like Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lain.
Yeah, I was about to say Lain. Yeah, Sarah Lain. Yeah. I don't know what else.
I probably have seen other ones.
Yeah. I know, yeah, there are like a whole bunch, but I don't know. I'm on like a few Facebook groups that post like classic 90s anime stuff.
Yeah, I follow a couple of Instagrams that are like that.
Yeah.
But I've either seen most of them or like not interested.
Yeah, right.
I think
Yeah.
basically I'm like ready to take my ideas and try and make shit happen in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's hard to know as well, like something might look good visually, but really not be good.
Yeah, and they make them really look really cool on the Instagram pages and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all purple and shit.
Have you seen Vampire Hunter D?
No,
Um,
you or someone was talking to me about that.
maybe me.
I was also I started watching Hellsing,
Okay.
which is kind of cool style, but I'm not really into vampires.
Nah, it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Is it?
is it new?
I think there's a new Hellsing on Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't use Netflix.
Was the one you're watching older?
Yeah, it's like really old. It's like 90s.
True. Okay.
It's kind of like that era of like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, you know, like old kind of like actiony, kind of a bit like hard boiled.
Yep. Yeah, cool.
But I didn't. Trigun's really good.
Yeah, I watched that years ago.
I really got into it. I didn't finish it though.
Okay.
But I should.
But yeah, Vampire Hunter D is one I'd like to watch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing, I think like my real shit, like my real preference or whatever is like,
Yeah.
you know, like Naruto and shit, like
Mm.
abilities that like, however far-fetched, kind of come from something that seems natural.
Yeah, I get you.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like I mean, it's
So not.
bullshit, but like it's like some kind of like resourcefulness about like cultivating this ability that's from something natural is the shit
Yeah.
that like really gets me, because it's like you can do versions of that in reality, and that's really stimulating for me.
Yeah.
But so stuff like vampires is kind of like, well, they're just vampires and they
Yeah,
just
I
like
get you.
exist, and
Mhm.
like there's no logic kind of to it.
But I imagine if it's an anime vampire story, there's like got to be more than just vampires.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen Bakemonogatari?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
What it spell it out?
It's I'll type it in the thing.
Oh yeah, sweet.
It's pretty famous. It's kind of got like a bit of vampire, but then it's actually like just one kind of, you know, like yokai,
Right.
like one kind of glitch in the space-time fabric that produces like different ghosts and demons and shit, or you know,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. But yeah, I hear you about the natural abilities thing. Like Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho is so good.
Yeah, like the fact that the powers are just like people are psychic and they take that in so many different directions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I really want to talk about like Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Fully
Oh,
Coolly,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
that kind of arena.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Have you
cool.
seen Vandread?
I don't think so. Is that like their latest one?
No, it's made by different people, but it's like a similar vibe.
Okay.
You know, like in Gurren Lagann, there's like this kind of like, I mean, it starts off small and there's like a bit of conspiracy, but then it turns out to be this like massive cosmic conspiracy.
Yep.
It's kind of like that.
Oh, cool. Cool.
There's like men and women live on different planets,
Okay.
and they're kind of at war.
Yeah.
So there's like lots of funny stuff about that. But then there's like this, and the men all believe the men's planet is like Nazi Germany.
Oh,
and
wow.
the women's planet is super stable and like happy and
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
It's so good. But then there's like this ship of female pirates,
Yeah.
and somehow there's 3 guys like end up on that ship captive by them, and they all believe, like all the men believe, I guess from the propaganda, that women are all pirates and they're constantly trying to attack the men's planet.
Wow.
But then they end up on this pirate ship, but you know, then they have to work together and they end up kind of like getting along and shit.
Okay.
But then there's all these other planets that are like being kind of like, yeah, in different situations, but connect to this like bigger thing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's really good.
Yeah. Vandread.
I'm like, there must be a few more things out there that I haven't found, because like I managed to find that.
Yeah.
How do you find anime? Like, how do you find new shit to watch?
A good question. I don't know. I guess just recommendations, talking to like people like you.
Oh,
Just being like, have you seen this? Or yeah, I don't know.
I like often go on Anime Planet
Yeah.
and like Google something that's the vibe that I want, or not Google, search the vibe that something that I want to see, or you know, something that's the right vibe.
Yeah.
And then there's like recommendations that are like upvoted by people.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I think that's how I found Vandread and stuff. I found a bunch of stuff by, you know, looking at recommendations from like Bakemonogatari and stuff. Or like, have you seen Durarara?
No.
That's kind of like not similar story, but similar kind of like to Bakemonogatari in that it's like a little bit arty or like obscure or something, but still like a kind of shonen battle or like fight kind of thing.
Cool. Hey everyone, thank you for listening. You can find me online at _radware_ on all social media, and you can find Max at Pisslute on Instagram and Twitter. That's PIS_SLUTE. Cool. Thanks for listening.